Now start. Go.
Can you tell us some background information about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Viral Seth. I came to the United States in 2006. It's been about 11 years. I've been living here. Yeah, I work here for Virginia State. That's it.
How do you practice Jainism in America?
So there are lots of aspects of Jainism, right? Obviously, it's not possible for someone to follow all of them. I try to do as much as I can. So on regular basis, I try to do one samayik. Samayik is a special form of meditation. I do it at least one. I try to do it at least once in a week. And then there are some special tithis. Tithis are like special days where you try to follow Jainism to a little more extent than you usually do. So on tithis, we try to avoid eating roots. And then no, if there are like really big tithis, really big days, like Chaturmasi Pakhi, that is like that comes like three times a year, like on those special days, also during Paryushan festivals. I try to follow Jainism even more strictly. I tried avoiding eating at night, like after sunset and all that, and then trying to do samayik more on every single day during Paryushan, and also Pratikraman. Pratikraman is again like it's a ritual where you ask for forgiveness for all your sins on that day. So that's something I do as well. But yeah, that's basically it.
Do you do anything on a daily basis?
Not really. I mean, of course, we all are vegetarian. That's one of the fundamental principles of Jainism. So yeah, I'm vegetarian throughout the year. The other thing is I don't eat onion and garlic. Ideally, I should not be eating any roots, but at least I'm trying to avoid the most prevalent kind of roots, which are onion and garlic. I don't eat those on regular basis, on daily basis. Yeah, and then once in a week, like I said, I do samayik.
What do you try to avoid? Like being vegetarian, do you drink milk? What do you do?
So I'm not vegan, and after coming here, I learned the concept of veganism, which is different from vegetarian, which is much higher actually. They don't eat milk, they don't consume milk, they don't consume honey, any animal products. Period. So I'm not to that stage yet, but at some point of my time after I came here to the United States, when I learned this concept, I tried to become vegan, but I found it really hard because Indian cuisine is full of milk-based products. Like if you think about chapatis, it has ghee on it. Ghee is again made out of milk. Then you drink chas after, or buttermilk after your lunch. That is again milk-based. So in many of your curries are like paneer curries. Paneer is basically out of milk as well. So it's it was not difficult. I didn't really find it easy to become vegan. Although ideally anybody should become vegan here.
Do you make any compromises while trying to follow Jainism here?
Well, coming here from India, that itself is a compromise. A Jain, a devout Jain, should not go away from what they call the Arya Kshetra, where Arya Kshetra is where you have like in the environment you have the religion, for example they have in India they have like all those monks, Jain monks available to preach you on daily basis, which is definitely something we're missing here. So coming here, and living the Arya Kshetra is itself a compromise. The other compromise I made compared to what I used to follow in India, that I'm not doing here, is in India I was very strict about not eating out to any restaurants that serve meat. So I was really strict on that. When I say strict, I was really strict. I there were some days when I was alone and I couldn't find any food, and I was without food for days. Only once in like one meal a day kind of thing, because there were not enough restaurants that were serving only vegetarian food. I was really that strict in India, but here after coming to the United States, I have made a big compromise there. And at least for first 3 years, I will take it back actually. For the first 3 years when I came here, I was really strict. Here too, I was not eating out anywhere. I was very careful, very scrupulous in buying products that I'm not aware of, like, like if there are unknown products, like, like some bars or things like that, right? You don't know, you have to read the entire list of ingredients, right? You don't know which one is vegetarian, which one is not, right? So I wouldn't take a chance. I wouldn't buy anything of that sort if I'm not aware of those ingredients, right? But slowly, after 3 years or so, I started making that compromise. Now I eat, not that I'm eating meat, but again, I'm eating at a place where the meat is served, right? So that way, it's a big compromise I made.
Is it hard following Jainism?
It really is not. It's all, I would say, depends on person's tenacity, right? If you believe in what you are doing, right? First of all, you do things two ways. Somebody asks you to do it and you forcibly do it, or versus you believe that something is right and you do it. If you do it the other way, the second way, then it's not hard, right? Because you believe what is said in Jainism is true, and that's why you do it. That's not hard. But if you try to do it just because somebody asks you to, just like your parents ask you to follow, then it's, you're blindly doing it. That's why it's hard.
Is it hard following Jainism in America?
Compared to India, I would say no. Actually, I'll give you my own example. People might have different opinions about it, but in my personal opinion, I found my first upvas, right? The first fast, it's like Jain-based fast, right? Where you don't eat anything. I did that here in the United States. My first samaik was here in US. My first pratikraman was in US. So if you think about these three things, right, then I would say it's much easier following Jainism here because you get a lot of time here, right? You have a lot of free time. Whereas in India, you are so busy with social structure, right? You have families and friends all around you. So you don't have enough time to focus on Jainism many times, particularly if you are at a young age. At an old age, yes, people go to the derasars and upashrayas, but at the young age, you don't have enough time in India. Whereas here, you have a lot of time, so you have time for yourself. You can read books. So I started reading Jain books after coming here. I had never read a single book on Jainism when I was in India. So there are a lot of good things that have happened. So I would say, no, it's not that hard to follow Jainism in America. It just depends on an individual.
And my final question is, do you plan on following Jainism in the future, and if so, how?
Well, of course, yes. Because again, like I said, it's something that I believe in, right? It's not something I'm doing because somebody has asked me to do it. I'm doing it because I believe in it, right? So there's a big difference there. So the real question is whether I'm gonna improve on what I'm already doing, right? I've been doing this stuff for last several years without any improvements. That's the problem, right? I need to improve slowly, right? So the real question should be whether I'm planning to improve, whether I'm planning to, let's say, for example, renounce those other routes that I'm eating for now, right? Or avoid eating at places, at restaurants where meat is served, if I'm planning to do those kind of things as well. That's the question. And the answer would be yes, I would probably do it at some stage.
And if you were to do it, would you make any more compromises?
Well, the idea is to avoid making compromises. I'm already making compromises. The idea is to avoid making compromises. So.
But would you be okay with making them?
No, because, like I said, you have to improve every day, right? Even when you're studying, even when you're playing sports, you always try to improve, right? You never say that, okay, I was playing so well, like last year. Now this year I have decided to play, little worse. I don't want to play that good. You don't say that, do you? You always say, oh, I will probably try to do even better than last year. That's always the objective, whether it's studies, sports, the same thing, same concept applies for religion as well. You should improve every day, every year at least, right? So yeah, I wouldn't like to make further compromises. I would rather improve some more things that I'm not doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.